engagement. This is our campaign management tool. List management, the terms are universal. So as you can see on my screen, this is the admin portal of where your campaign managers will live to manage, create, and modify campaigns within our tool. So every campaign that's created is created on top of the Amazon's queues that have been created. So quickly as we go through, we're going to look at a particular campaign that we'll be able to see various data sets that's within the application. Very intuitive search here, but we have campaign information. We see various campaigns that are in various states, executing, elapsed, stopped, just based on the parameters of the campaign. Here we have high-level information about each particular campaigns and the records that they may or may not have in the campaign. So some of the campaign functionalities, you have the ability to edit, copy, stop, flush, and delete. We're going to go right into editing a campaign so that we can see the details of the campaign. So this is just basic generic information on high-level campaign details. We're connected to Amazon queues. This is going to, define the pacing mode, what Amazon queue is associated with that campaign. You have settings on if there's an Annie that needs to be displayed, the after work call, after work time, the preview time, and also the general treatment if there's anything that we need to do when an answer machine is detected. So you can enable this functionality and then determine if we're going to transfer to an agent, play a WAV file, or transfer to an IVR. The contact strategy we'll go into a little bit later. That is identifying how do we schedule retries. So here we are omnichannel. We have the ability to communicate with IVRs, which is agentless, agent-based campaign, SMS, chat, and email. So here's where we would connect to those servers if we were to use those different methods of communication. So below is where we get into functionality that's very key to managing your campaigns. So we have chaining. Chaining allows you to take a contact and move it to another campaign based on the outcome, whether that be a telephony outcome or an agent-based outcome. So if we have a appointment reminder and it's for maybe a colonoscopy, and your patient confirms that appointment and say that there's an outreach program running that's about colonoscopies and we need to get some information, we can change that to an outreach campaign. And that outreach campaign, again, could be agentless with, IVR with information. It can be an email to send, brochure or pamphlets about their upcoming procedure or, any other information that you may want to get into your patient's hand. Also have the ability to support prior express written consent. So if you have collection campaigns or sales campaigns that require you to have, written consent, we have the ability to take identifiers and we can enable that functionality as well. Have pre and post call scripts that we can validate records prior to dialing if we need to connect to a CRM to see if a record still meets the criteria of being dialed. And then we also have a post call script that we can update, a system with, the outcomes of the call. We also have green zone management. So this is allowing us to, block records based on area code, zip code, or we have state law functionality built in where we can take state law dialing restrictions, build those out so that can be managed within the application. We also can, support your internal do not call list as well as national do not call list. So we have those modules that we can enable and help manage those restrictions that's out of the box that we support day one, during implementation. Yeah. We also offer, modules for AI. We support the best time to call and the right person to contact. So based on data points that we would get, from your business, on, historical data, we can build modules to predict what's the best time to call. And also we have, ability to connect with a module that we have to help identify if we're contacting the right person. So more information about that, in another demo, but we do have that ability to support those modules. One thing that I like to discuss is the contact selection strategy. We have the ability to help you prioritize and segment data. So if we upload, thousands of records within one campaign, how does that look if we want to prioritize and segment the data? So depending on the data parameters that we have, if it's a collection campaign or if it's an appointment reminder, we need to segment by doctor or by location or by types of appointment or, days that the appointment is due. Maybe there's a 3-day appointment reminder, a 5-day appointment reminder. You can create contact selection strategies and you can prioritize those strategies based on what's the highest priority. So if we wanted to say that the platinum segment is the highest priority, we can drag and drop that, and that data has already been segmented. This is our highest priority for this particular campaign, and we're going to contact the platinum customers before we attempt to contact any other customers. So we talked a little bit about chaining, and the need and how we do that. So if we needed to move one contact to another campaign, that campaign will be created already, and based on some outcome, telephony or agent based, we will take that, those results and move it to a new campaign. So great thing about that is, you once you set up these rules, it handles it behind the scene based on those types of decisions that we've made. So those are some of the main functionalities that we have here. We are omnichannel. Again, we have the ability to support SMS, email, agent list, agent based, IVR. And you can make those decisions on how you want to contact that. I'll touch quickly on your contact strategies. Your contact strategies are allowing you to reschedule what happens on telephony outcomes. We also have the ability to set it up on agent-based outcomes as well. These contact strategy modes, you can prioritize them. If SMS or mobile needs to be interchanged and the priority needs to be updated, you have the ability to come in and do that in real time and make that effective immediately. There's no need to stop a campaign or start a campaign when you make these changes. The next time there's a set of records that need to be pushed, it's going to follow the updates that you've just made. So we'll dive in just quickly into what does this look like when we're looking at these, rescheduled. So I use the SMS channel. So this is like if we get a successful SMS and we got a response back, how quickly do we want to reschedule that record, or do we want to close that contact? So on success, we're going to close it and we're not going to do anything else with it. But if it's a failed record, we're going to try in 15 minutes and that record is not closed. If there is a telephony outcome that we need to look at, we have the same information. If there's an abandoned call, if there's a human, a live answer, if there's an answer machine, how do you reschedule that information? What do you do with those contacts? So you're able to manage very granularly within Acqueon engagement. We have reports that are available. We have a real-time dashboard that's going to give you data about all the campaigns that are executing that is within the system. You can filter down and select one campaign or a group of campaigns and just look at what's going on, with telephony outcomes, business outcomes. Business outcomes are your agent based outcomes after they've actually spoke with a customer or a patient. And you can just drill down. This can be saved off. We have historical canned reports that have been built that can be utilized to run reports on an ad hoc basis, or you can take these same reports and you can schedule those reports to run at a particular time. We do have the ability to extract any data that has been collected within our databases and dumped to an external location, or you can use our open APIs to pull data into your BI tool. So high level, that's some of the functionality that we have available. I'm going to briefly show the agent desktop. We have our embedded widgets that is embedded into the Amazon desktop. So had a call just on hold that, has been here, and as we go through the demo. So this is the outbound widget, or this is the Acqueon, not the Acqueon, the Amazon widget that gives you just data about the record. If we go to outbound, this is where we have our widgets built into this agent experience, where you can see the business fields. There's these different widgets that are available. We can also disposition the record right here in the screen, but also to the right, we are integrated with Epic. So in a healthcare scenario, for an appointment reminder, with APIs, we're able to go and retrieve data in real time and pull patient information back. That's going to also navigate your agent and help them with having a gut conversation about why they're calling in or why we made contact with them. So real-time information that's available via the APIs with Epic, that relates to the patient and the patient journey. So from there, this is going to conclude our high-level demo, and we can speak more about any additional information.